Headline news most affecting Chilliwack this week. That annoying stretch of Vedder Road, well, it's almost paved, and yes, it's still annoying. The Harrison Festival of the Arts starts this weekend. We will have a preview. That's if Mother Nature agrees. And we are now at the peak of the freshet. Also, Chilliwack FC under 15 girls, they are the provincial champions. Josh will have an interview later on with the coaching staff, Kevin Raffle and Steve Croner. And our special guest this week, the executive and artistic director, Andrew Hillhouse with the Harrison Festival. All right, Chilliwack, let's get started. It's almost done, but we say almost. The final curb and sidewalk work on the Vedder Road widening project is on now through the 22nd, and all of that is weather permitting. The project has been delayed due to a concrete shortage. This is the stretch of Vedder Road between Watson Road and Wren Road. Harrison Festival kicks into high gear again this year. The executive and artistic director, Andy Hillhouse, will be joining chillTV for an update on what to expect on this year's roster of talent. That interview is coming up later in the show. SAY stands for Skocal, H-List, and Yakwukwiusi, or three close by and adjoining communities. Their new community health care center and lands office opened during the last week of June with ceremonies honoring all three communities that are involved in the project. Now, all three First Nations really don't have the population base similar to others under the Stalo umbrella to do this on their own. So they combined forces and their finances, and the project started in 2015. That building is now open. The radio landscape in Chilliwack changed during the Canada Day long weekend. 89.5 The Drive dropped classic hits. They became a repeater of their sister station JR Country in Vancouver. Glenn Slingerland remains as the morning guy here in the WAC. And Kiss Radio, which is actually licensed to Chilliwack with repeaters in Vancouver and Abbotsford, dropped top 40, and they have become alternative rock. Their head office remains in Vancouver. As we speak, the BC River Forecast Center predicting that today and into the weekend is the peak of the freshet, and Wardle and 7th Avenue and Hope have now been blocked off. The FVRD are still restricting access to their parks until the water subsides. But some good news is that the Tiger dams along the dikes in Mission are now coming down. The 17th annual Chilliwack Hospice Society Swingin' on a Star Gala is September the 24th. The event now sold out. It is Chilliwack's most elegant night of the year, featuring fine dining, live and silent auctions, and exciting entertainment. The glamorous and high-profile event raises funds for the free bereavement and palliative care support programs and the services that Chilliwack Hospice Society provides in our community. The weather last Sunday put a hold on the Vedder Art Walk. Chilliwack Community Arts Council rescheduling that procession. It's now July the 30th, and more information can be found on all of their social media. During the Thanksgiving long weekend, the District of Hope will host the 40th anniversary of the filming and the release of the first Rambo movie, First Blood. Organizer Brian McKinney has extended an invitation to the star Sylvester Stallone. Brian Dennehy played opposite Stallone in That Officer That We All Love to Hate, Sheriff William Will Teasel. Sadly, he passed away in 2020, but family members have confirmed they will be at the ceremony in Hope. And by the way, yours truly will be the MC for that. Last November, the flooding in Atmospheric River created major damage for the Maple Bay picnic area and the beach at Cultus Lake. That was followed by the freezing rain in January. And after moving tons of debris, Maple Bay has reopened to the public. Yes, the parking lots are open. Royal Canadian Legion Branch 295 Chilliwack is having an open house. With their updated headquarters, it is open to everyone, and the Canadian Military Education Center will be there with their hands-on displays and some vehicles. And to cap off the night, it's a dinner and a dance. Just go to the Legion's Facebook page for more information. Kindness Chain Chilliwack organizing summer special free grocery hampers for local Chilliwack families, seniors, and individuals who are in need. Now, if you know of anyone in need, or if you yourself need help with groceries, PM them through their Facebook page. Hampers will be delivered on Sunday, July the 17th. Chilliwack Community Services putting out the word on a very important need as well. Meals on Wheels. They need drivers to deliver healthy hot meals to seniors. The delivery days are Monday to Thursday between 11 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon. Drivers are needed for a few shifts per month in both Chilliwack as well as Sardis. After the break, our update on this year's Harrison Festival of the Arts, and then Josh with sports. Chill TV's News of the Week, in conversation with an old friend, Andrew Hillhouse, who is the executive and artistic director of the Harrison Festival of the Arts. Last year, we salvaged everything because we had a whack of stuff outside in that really cool farm in Agassiz. Are we going to do it again? Are we inside? What's the deal now for this year's show?
We're back at the traditional festival site of the Harrison Memorial Hall and the beach stage, we call it, which is right beside the plaza in Harrison Hot Springs. Those are our two main venues. So it's the festival as you knew it before, in the before times, in 2019 and previous. Yeah.
So obviously the kids' events, they're outside, inside. We should be able to do this, especially the weekend weather. The weekend weather looks good.
Does it now? Oh, good. That's great to hear. Yeah. Yeah. Traditionally, it seems like I've done this for 8 years, and every year, right around July 1st, things get a bit better, the weather-wise, and the festival is usually being sunny for most days, with maybe one day or something it would be rainy 1 or 2 days, but it's a 10-day festival, so yeah, hopefully we have great weather.
Going to ask the excuse me, the unfair question, because you have so much talent as always. Okay, who are the ones that we should really mark on our calendar without upsetting everybody else? Who are the ones we should really be paying attention to that maybe don't get that much exposure, but Harrison gives them that exposure?
Well, that's a good, that last statement really helps me, figure out who to talk about, because there, of course, we have really well-known people that are selling, like Blackie and the Rodeo Kings, probably our best known act this year, and it's selling really well. And of course, it's very exciting. We're really excited. A new thing is DJ Shub. And, we don't usually do a electronic dance music. This is house music, but it's really cultural too and interesting. He was with Tribe Called Red, and he's got, it's not just DJ Shub, the DJ, but he's got dancers with him in full regalia, and MCs rapping too, and it's a real show. It's called DJ Shub Presents War Club Live. So we're psyched about that. Another artist too, who's worth checking out if you like to dance and you like African music, and in particular South African music, is Lorraine Klassen, who's Friday, July 15th. And she's like really like, if you like Miriam Makeba and what they call the classical, classic township music of South Africa, she sings that, and she's got a band with her. That'll be a lot of fun. John Boutte from New Orleans on Wednesday night is another one I'm really excited about in the hall. He's a New Orleans singer who's kind of, a jazz singer, but very, very broad. It's not like hardcore jazz. It's like that sort of those well-known New Orleans songs. And he's a really expressive singer and entertainer. And that'll be great with nice combo with him.
Now, tickets are available through the website. And the other thing that some people may not know is if you want a preview, you've got a bunch of video up for a number of all of the artists or most of the artists up on the Harrison website. Pretty
much all the artists, I believe. There's video clips so you can check them out. HarrisonFestival.com.
Okay. And get your tickets. You can do that online, I assume? Or
you can do that right online, or you can phone the office too.
Okay. Andrew, thanks again, because I know you are one very busy guy leading up to this. We'll see you over the next 10 days. And again, it's the Harrison Festival of the Arts, and we're back where we're supposed to be in all the usual venues that you're used to. Thanks again, Andrew.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Anytime. And you're watching Chill TV's News of the Week.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Sports. Josh here with you once again. I don't want to waste any time. Let's just jump into it. We're going to start with some major congratulations going out to the Chilliwack U15 girls Div 1 team as the Chilliwack Attack beat Vancouver Athletic 4-0. That's the FC Flames from Vancouver. They kicked their butts, let's be clear. At the Burnaby Lake Sports Complex, it was the BC Provincial Championships, and I had the opportunity to speak to Kevin Raffle, the coach, and assistant coach Steve Croner earlier to talk about this epic victory. Let's take a look. We've got some very special guests here today for you folks. The coaches of the U15 Chilliwack Attack, Kevin Raffle, and Steve Croner. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on the show. chillTV Sportscast. Let's start with this weekend. A bit of a gauntlet this weekend, a 4-day tournament in Burnaby for the provincial championships. Kind of take us through the journey from the beginning of that tournament up to your epic victory against Vancouver.
Thanks for having us, first of all. Going into the tournament, there was a lot of pressure on the girls to do well. Obviously, we had a lot of injuries leading up into the tournament previous months, and so we went in there, and we actually started out hoping for the best, that we could actually finish the tournament with all the players that we had available to play.
Particularly, you're just trying to be realistic given the circumstances you had, after already a long season going into it. So what was the journey like through the tournament? Was it kind of smooth sailing all the way through? Did the girls just crush it all the way, or was there some adversity along the way?
Well, I would say there was a mental mindset that we had to have, because these girls went through their ups and downs. But before the tournament, for the last couple of years, we've been doing a word of the week. And the word of the week that we used for our last tournament for the provincials was dominate. And so we talked about the girls dominating their thoughts, controlling their feelings, and then creating their own memories. And exactly is what they did.
That's a really cool thing, because for that age group as well, like 14-year-old, kind of 13, 14?
14, 15.
14, 15,
yeah.
Okay. That's like, that mindset's so easy to latch onto, right? Like, I want to go to the game itself. Against Vancouver, obviously, my experience growing up, when you play the Vancouver teams, it kind of is like a hope for the best. They got such a deep talent pool to pull from. What were you kind of telling the girls going into it? Obviously, that dominate mindset, and then how did the game kind of play out?
Well, we've got a bit of a history with Vancouver Athletic. We played them...
Rivalry, I like it.
Rivalry.
All right.
We played them 2 or 3 times throughout the course of the season, and our best effort against them ended up in a 1-1 draw, which we were quite happy with.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, they have a very deep talent pool out there in the city compared to teams out in the Eastern Valley. So going into that game, we were actually really excited to be able to get a chance to play them one more time.
Yeah.
To prove to them that we could best them in a full game.
And before the actual final game, the girls were loose, they were having fun, they were relaxed, because basically in the semifinals, we had scored 7, we won 7-0. And we needed every single one of those points to get into the finals because of a point differential.
Oh, interesting. I was going to say, they took dominate literally there. 7-0, like that's no mercy.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. And obviously the final score in the game was 4-0 against Vancouver. So they kind of just controlled the run of play all the way through. When you look back on the year, what were the strengths of your team? Obviously the mindset, like you mentioned, but in terms of like their play itself, where did they in particular dominate?
I would say, coming together as individuals for a common purpose was, first and foremost, probably the main focus that we asked them to keep a mindset on, and they did. They knew that there wasn't a lot of pressure in terms of making it through to the Coastal Cup into the provincials, but once they ended up achieving that goal they set for themselves, then the pressure started to build, and but we were really, really careful with preparing them in the right way and not making sure they weren't overburdened with too much training, because as you mentioned, it's a very, very long season. And this one, it was 11 months in the making.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the tournament itself is 4 days back to back to back to back. Just no let up on that front.
There was more KT tape, Band-Aids being put on, but it's funny, when you win, all of the pain sort of goes away.
Interesting how that happens, right? I was going to say, one thing you guys were mentioning to me before the interview is that these girls, this isn't their first season together. They've been together for a little while. Is that right?
Yeah, as a complete group, this is just finished their 3rd season together.
Wow.
And in the world of youth soccer, it's a rarity.
Absolutely.
But there's a bond, amongst these girls, and for them, it's not just about playing soccer. It's about social activity, getting out and forgetting about the stresses of life, and they do that really well as a group. And having said that, too, our core group of parents have been 100% supportive, and that's what we consider the secret sauce to the recipe of success for this team was the support of all those parents.
And what a send-off too, right? If they've been playing together for so many years and then to kind of finish off with this victory against a team they've had a bit of a rivalry with. I mean, you couldn't imagine anything better, except that this isn't quite the end, right? There's one more thing on the horizon. I'm gonna let you guys kind of tell a little bit about that, because that's pretty cool.
Yeah, this has been in the making now for probably, I would say, about 7-8 months. We've been provided the opportunity to travel to England as a team so the girls can train with Manchester City, which have a men's team in the English Premier League. So they will train with their staff and their coaches throughout the course of a week.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And they'll also play a couple exhibition games, and one of them being against Manchester City at the world-renowned Etihad campus in Manchester.
Are you serious? Yeah. That's actually, I knew they were going to England. I didn't realize it was all of that. What a cool experience that is. How does something like that even come together?
There's been teams that's facilitated these types of trips in the past.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's got to be a good core group of players that have been together for a while. They get along well.
Mm-hmm. Let's keep in mind the fundraising.
Lots of fundraising.
I can only imagine.
We at one point we did a bottle drive, and I think we raised $4,000
in a bottle drive.
In a bottle drive.
That's literally nickel and diming, right? Like that's pretty amazing.
Everything we can, and I think a little over $20,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
That we've raised.
Yeah, kudos to the girls and the parents as well.
Mm-hmm.
They worked really, really hard to raise the money to go. So they're really, really excited. And the really cool thing to sort of put the cherry on top of is we're traveling under the banner of the new Eastern Fraser Valley Club, Chiacton FC.
Awesome. That's super, super cool too. So this is kind of like their first big thing as well. So you're getting to kind of do it together. Yeah. That's unbelievable. What a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for these girls to do that. And if the victory wasn't already the cherry on top, this is like the caramel drizzle or whatever, right? Like that's just so cool. Thank you so much to both of you for taking the time, coming on all the way up here to the studio to chat about this. Again, congrats to those girls. You must be just enormously proud of them.
Thanks a lot for having us.
All right, we'll be back with the rest of sports. Thank you again, gentlemen, for the awesome interview, and congrats to those girls on an incredible, incredible achievement. That's just huge. All right, let's jump into the rest of sports for today. The BC Hockey League has announced details for the 2022 Showcase event, including dates, schedule, and location. The Showcase is returning to the Chilliwack Coliseum and will take place over 4 days, from Monday, October 17th to Thursday, October 20th. The series of games will feature every team in the league, with teams playing 2 games each, 1 home and 1 away, in front of some NHL scouts, NCAA coaches. Huge opportunity for the players, so excited to have that back in Chilliwack. Athletics Canada revealed the 54 athletes who will represent Team Canada at the World Athletic Championships in Eugene, Oregon from July 15th to the 24th. The team will include Sardis secondary grad Rowan Hamilton, who will be in the hammer throw. 30 women and 24 men who have won a total of 15 Olympic medals will don the red and white in the first edition of this event since 2019 due to, the pandemic. I don't know what's in Oregon, like Eugene in particular. I know Oregon's beautiful, but where do they have the facilities anyways? I'm sure it'll be an awesome event. More congratulations are in order for the Chilliwack Minor Fast Pitch Under-20s, who played in the Provincials over the Canada Day long weekend. They placed 7th overall in the Kelowna tournament, and they battled hard when their cleats look like this, all right? So congrats to them. They battled hard, had a great weekend, and it didn't rain, so that's a plus too. The Chilliwack Center of Excellence is hosting their Kayak Fun Days on Friday, July 15th in Cultus Lake. This 3-hour kayak day is for youth aged 8 and older, and you have 3 dates to choose from: July 15th, 29th, and August 12th. These camps are a great way for kids to start paddling and have some fun doing it. The boat house is located in parking lot B, close to Main Beach, Cultus Lake, and all the equipment will be provided. Please note, participants got to be comfortable swimming in deep water with PFDs on and comfortable putting their head underwater for their own safety. With COVID restrictions easing, the Lionsdale Summer Fair, that's F-A-Y-R-E, is on for Saturday, August 6th at Atchlet's Farmers Institute Hall, right next to Heritage Park. There are prize tourneys in armored combat, sword fighting, target archery, thrown weapons, bardic. It sounds very dangerous and very medieval. Honestly, sounds like an amazing time, so definitely check that out. We told you earlier about the upcoming open house for the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 295 here in Chilliwack. The Legion is also hosting darts for seniors during the day every Tuesday afternoon for anyone over the age of 55. So if you're interested, check out the Legion's Facebook page. They keep all the information there. After the break, we got Don with the weekend weather. Thanks again, everyone. We'll see you next week.
chillTV weather, summer makes another appearance this weekend. It is sunshine and the highs in the upper 20s. If you'd like to participate in reporting news in Chilliwack and you have a story you think we should know about, you can always send us a note to news@chilltv.ca. We'd love to hear from you. That's the news this week. I'm Don Lehn.